Hi, I'm Tom Chick. You've found your way to my dining room on April 15th, 2020. The people have spoken. We had a vote yesterday, and Dice Hospital won the vote. So I messed around with it a bit last night, sort of figure out how it works. Let's go play a game of it. It's very brief. This won't take long. Let me show you Dice Hospital. Come around over here. Let's take a look. Welcome to my hospital. I have 3 nurses on staff, and that's pretty much it. No patients. Let's check our first round of incoming patients. We're going to roll 4 dice. Oh, wait, we have to flip up these, what are they, medical reports. These are kind of mission objectives. One of the main ways of scoring, an important way of scoring, is solving these 6 medical reports. How do you solve a medical report? We file it. We're eligible to do these right here. Once we finish one of these, the second row drops down and then we can work on those. So we need to get 3 red dice discharged from the hospital, 2 yellow dice, and 2 green dice. Let's see who our first round of patients is. We're gonna draw 4 of these dice. We re-roll any 1s or 6s. Anybody who's in great shape or terrible shape. And now we're gonna pick 3 of these. Well, let's see. Start working on these. This is actually bad because these people are gonna degrade quickly. Of course we want this one. And let's delay red for now. Now we choose a specialist or a new department. Do we want a radiologist who, whenever we upgrade a yellow, we can upgrade another die that's equal, that has the same value? That won't help us right now. Or do we want an allergy center, which is even less helpful because it lets us upgrade 3 dice that are green of equal value? We will take the radiologist because he represents an additional worker. All right, let's see. Not a lot we can do here. The pharmacist will move, we'll have this nurse go to the pharmacy, turn that into a 5. We will go to intensive care with that nurse, turn the 2 into a 3. And the radiologist, why not? We'll go into oncology and turn that into a 3. This nurse will go to imaging and turn this 3 to a 4. And that was our first turn. We have no one to discharge. We haven't neglected anyone, meaning there are no dice that are at the same value that they were at the beginning of the turn. So we send everyone back to their stations. We move the treated dice back into the untreated column, and we add 4 new patients. By the way, these specialists and departments are a game clock. You can use a little dial thing here. It's a disc that has a window in it to track the 8 rounds, but you can also just deal out the appropriate number of specialists and departments. All right, 4 new patients, re-roll 1s and 6s. Oops, that's 5. All right. A couple of 2s, I don't like that. Yeah, bunch of 2s. Well, clearly we want the 4 in there. Shoot a monkey. We'll do these. Now we recruit a specialist or add a department. Microbiologist, not helpful. Cardiologist, even less helpful. You upgrade 3 red dice that are in a sequence, like 2, 3, 4. If you don't have the 3 dice, well, too bad. So let's see. She will let us upgrade a 5. All right, we're going to take the microbiologist. All right, the radiologist will work in intensive care to upgrade this 2 to a 3, and then we could upgrade another 2 of any color. So upgrade that to a 3. That will delay these people from dying. The microbiologist, let's first of all, in critical care, have this nurse turn this to a 5, and then our microbiologist will go to the pharmacy to turn this to a 6, and whenever she upgrades a green die, she can upgrade an equal value of another color, so turn that to a 6. This right here to turn this to a 4. And then this right here to turn this to a 5, a nurse in oncology. And that is our second round. Nobody was neglected. The nurses come back to their stations. The specialists return to their private offices. The treated patients go back into the upper part of the wards. And we add 4 new patients. As you'll see, we're a couple of turns from filling up. When you have to add patients and there's no room in this top row in each ward, they go straight from the ambulance to the morgue. They die. And you will take a toe tag, and that will deduct 2 points at the end of the game, each one of those you take. All right, 4 patients. Let's not get a bunch of 2s this time. No, way better. All right, good. So I will take this. Maybe we can get green out of there to fill that medical report. So we want that. We want that. And then up here, another green, I guess. We now flip up a specialist in a department, an anesthetist, or a triage center. This will let us, of course, upgrade 2 low-value dice, 2 spaces each. This is really nice. The anesthetist, though, he can double heal. Like when he heals a red, he heals another red. So that would be a great way to get this, to start working on that. The triage center, though, we need to start getting some people out of here, though. We're starting to run out of room. So let's take the anesthetist. All right, this nurse is going to the clinic to turn this 5 into a 6. And then this microbiologist is going to go to the pharmacy to turn this 6 into a 7, which moves it to the discharge lounge. And then she can upgrade an equal valued die of any color. Yeah, just get those out of the way. Let's have the anesthetist turn this to a 6 and this to a 4. This nurse in imaging will turn this 4 to a 5. And then the radiologist will turn this 5 to a 6, and using his radiology power, turn that into a 6 as well. We have 1 nurse left, 3 untreated dice, and I don't think any place that can treat them. No, the only department open is the intensive care ward, and we don't have a 1 or 2. So this nurse gets to take a break. So now we have some neglect. So what I'm going to do is just move everything, just work our way across here. This turns into a 5. This turns into a 2. This stays a 4. This 4 turns into a 3. And this stays a 6. These 2 are discharged, which will give us this medical report. And that is 2 points. I don't know what to do with this little syringe. Like point at the number, cover the number. We'll cover the number. And we've discharged 2 patients, so that's 3 points to put us at 5. These go back in the bag. And the nurses come back to their stations. The specialists go back to their offices. And we get 4 new patients. Reroll these 6s. All right, good. And those earlier crises. Let's see. We're going to be fine with yellow dice, so let's just take these reds, because we need a bunch of red up here. So bump, bump, bump. Yellow back in the bag. We can choose a specialist or a department. Surgeon looks good. The allergy center, you'll notice it's center, C-E-N-T-R-E. It's very British or Canadian. We don't need an allergy center. We want a surgeon, of course. So the surgeon there. All right, in the critical care unit, this 5 turns into a 6, and this 5 turns into a 6. The radiologist In oncology, we'll turn these two into 7s. The surgeon will turn from imaging this 4 into a 5, and his +1 makes it a 6. And now we have nurses. Oh, we have a microbiologist. She will go to the pharmacy to turn this 3 to a 4. And then she can also turn another 3 of any color up. So that's now a 4. And then now our nurses, I hate to just discharge. Well, let's do intensive care to turn this to a 3. And it's a bit of a, oh wait, this is down here. And then in the clinic, I guess we'll just send this person home. And then again, this nurse has no place to go. We've loaded up on specialists rather than departments, so we have a surfeit of employees, which is fine. All right, so for neglect, this 3 turns into a 2, and this 4 turns into a 3. Everybody else just moves up into the ward. These 3 dice are discharged, which will give us 5 points. The 2 yellows fulfill a medical report, which gives us 2 more points. And then these go back in the bag. Nurses back to the station, surgeon to his office, anesthetist to his office, microbiologist to her office, and the radiologist to his office. And 4 new patients. Well, bunch of 2s. The yellow, we do have a radiologist that can use the, okay, so let's just do that. And we can now hire a radiologist, we've already got one, or a radiology department. I like this. Okay, this is perfect, that's what we need. And we will situate this right here. Okay, so the radiology department can take care of these. I'm just rearranging some things here. So the microbiologist in the radiology department, 3 dice from 1 to 3 can go up 1 increment. So we'll go a 3, a 3, and a 3. We want to keep those from dropping down to a 1. And then any other, actually shoot, let's see. We'll leave that at 2. We'll turn this 3 to a 4, and then this 3 to a 4 to match that there. Simply because I know there's nothing else for intensive care to do. Let's make sure to get a nurse over there so this does not turn to a 1. We don't want anyone dying. Now, let's see if we can get 3 reds. So this flips a red up +1, and we can flip another red up. So these 2 are 7s. And then this nurse will come over here to the clinic and turn this to a 7. We have a radiologist who can flip up a 3 and then another 3. This will become a 4. And then this will also become a 4. And then the surgeon can flip a red up 2 spaces. The surgeon in imaging will turn this into a 6. And then this nurse cannot help. Oh yeah, no, this nurse goes to the pharmacy, turns that to a 5. There we go, no one was neglected this turn. So move these folks back up. We've discharged 3, which will give us this medical report for 4 points. Oh shoot, what was my score at? I'm gonna say 11. Is that even right? I can actually measure this. 4, 6. Yeah, I'll go with that. And we've discharged 3 dice for another 5. It's 20. Everyone goes back to his or her offices or break room. We add 4 new patients. Reroll the 1. All right. So we need reds. We don't need yellows. So, but let's, how many more? We have a few more turns. Let's go ahead and do this. We take either a triage nurse or a crash center, which basically saves a 1 or 2. Let's take the triage. Oh, triage nurse will not help us this turn. Neither will the crash center. Well, let's take the triage nurse. No, let's take the crash center. All right, can we get a couple of reds out of here? Actually, can we get this? 2 reds and a green. I think we can do it. So this will add an extra point to a red. It'll move a red up 2 spaces. So let's go to imaging with the surgeon and turn this 4 to a 6. Then let's have the anesthetist go to critical care and turn these 6s, this 6 to a 7 and this 6 to a 7. And then let's send this radiologist to the pharmacy to turn this 5 to a 6. And we can flip up another 5. And then the radiologist can flip up a yellow as well as another one with an equal value. We'll flip this to a 5 and then this to a 5. And now the nurses, one of them will go to the clinic to discharge this one. And we can go to radiology won't help us, the crash center won't help us, intensive care won't help us. We've just got these 3, right? Oh, no, radiology won't help us because we need to move up 3 dice. You can't go to radiology and treat just 1 die. No one's eligible for intensive care and no one's eligible for the crash center. So these degrade. It goes to a 3, this goes to a 2, this goes to a 3. These come over here. We have discharged 3 patients, which gives us 5 points. And we have fulfilled this medical report, which gives us another 4 points. We put these in the bag, and we now take the penultimate turn. 4 new patients, send everyone back to their offices. All right, reroll the 6s. There we go. Let's see, we just need to keep people alive, ideally get people out for these scoring bonuses. We will definitely take the 2 reds and the yellow. All right, flip up a virologist or immunology. So if we have a string of values, basically a straight of greens, which we don't have, immunology would help us. We will take the virologist. All right, the surgeon will upgrade this to a 7. The anesthetist can upgrade 2 dice. These will become 5s. The microbiologist is not going to work yet. Let's go to the nurse will go to the clinic and upgrade this to a 6. And then the microbiologist will go to the pharmacy to put this to a 7 and this to a 7. That's a bit of a waste. That's okay. Let's see. Radiology. This to a 6 and this to a 6. Yeah, I should have used that anesthetist differently. That's okay. All right. The virologist will move all of these up 1 point and then can move a green up twice. So this will become a 5. This will become a 3. And this will become a 4. Let's see, who else do we have? We have 2 4s that are untreated. This nurse will go to imaging, turn this to a 5, and I think there's nothing that this nurse can do for that one. So this will degrade to a 3, and then everybody else will go back up here. We've discharged 3 patients, which will give us 5 points, and we have fulfilled this, let's do this, this medical report. 2 reds, that's 2 points. And these go back into the hospital, or into the patient's bag. Everybody goes back to their offices, and here we go, the final turn. 4 new patients. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Reroll all of them, man. Lots of healthy people out there. Reroll these. All right. So obviously the 6. Oh no, reroll that. Do we? Reroll that. Reroll that. There we go. Obviously the 5, and it doesn't really matter so much. Depending on, we got yellow. We could use another red just because, and then we'll take that green. All right, so all that really matters this round is who we can get discharged for the scoring bonus. The patients in the hospital, when the game is over, have no effect unless you're playing against other players and there's a tie. They're a tiebreaker. So we don't really care about any of these folks. We just care about who we can discharge this round. So let's make sure to get use out of the anesthetist. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah. Well, let's see. The crash center would turn this to a 6. And then this would be able to add this to a 7. All right, so that's a 6. This is also increased to a 7. The microbiologist will turn these to 6s. The radiologist will turn this to a 6 and this. The surgeon will discharge this guy. The virologist can upgrade 2 greens. So let's see. I don't think I can get anything else out of there. Oh, no, we can do this. So upgrade that to a 5, and then this to a 6, and then this nurse will discharge this one. And I think that's the best I can do. Is there anything I can do with this? No. All right, so we will satisfy the requirements of this medical report. That's going to get me 2 points. We have discharged 5 dice, which is going to get me 9 points, which puts me at 47. My hospital is worth 47 points. Nobody died. Lots of people got treated. We had a surgeon, an anesthetist, a virologist, a microbiologist. We had a radiologist. We had a radiology department. We had a crash center. And there you go. That's my hospital. I have thoughts that I will share with you tomorrow. This game makes me think of a couple of others that I want to compare it to. So let's talk tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. Take care of yourselves. If you need any sort of radiology, or if you need any anesthesiology, if you need surgery, I can help you. Let me know. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers. Oh, shoot a monkey.